You see that high pressure of San Jose, but this is a very strong and fluent Nationals side. They're calm under pressure, but San Jose do win it back. I was talking to some other coaches, and they said when we played Nationals, they gave us a lot of trouble because their midfield and front line interchanged positions so fluidly, we didn't really know who we were looking for or who we needed to mark or how to mark them. Said other teams you look at and you know who their danger players are. With the Nationals, you don't always know that. San Jose to work it out of the back. And stepping up is Gaynor to win it. First touch pops it up in the air and allows Kitihara to overtake. Kitihara in for Valdez. That's intercepted by Leonard, but it's out of bounds. Good look at Bessert. Zoe Bessert plays up top for this Nationals side to come out in a 4-3-3. So this one comes back for O'Malley. Gets in the center, and O'Malley gets it right back. High pressure being applied by Borchers. Out wide for Wood. Wood does well to escape the pressure of Valdez and plays it forward for Bessert to chase. Coming to the extreme of her penalty area to take is Nicole Schumann. 17th appearance of the season for the San Mateo, California native. She puts the ball on the deck. And Lodi out of the back. Goes over. Novak will let this one roll out of bounds for a throw-in. Intercepted by Shin. And now the high press comes from the Nationals, and it's San Jose's turn to try and break it. Coming back is Borchers. Has Fontana on the outside, back into Borchers. Little touch off. And this is Sophie Jones, the conductor of the San Jose Earthquakes Orchestra. And this time she's closed down. A lovely touch on the far side to keep possession for the Nationals in the 3rd minute. Sprayed to the near side. And Kitihara did just enough to step in and disrupt the play of Gaynor. So it'll be a throw-in for Kitihara and co. Leonard in the midfield. That's a gorgeous ball. And they're on the charge, Nationals. Flying forward is Matthews. Lays it off. Flag stays down. This is a good opportunity. A great save from Schumann. And the rebound still up for grabs. Gaynor tries to guide it to the far post. And finally swept away by Rebecca Valdez. And played over the top from Wood. And clattered into was Schumann. But look at this charge from Matthews. And the lovely ball slid through. It was a great run from Yelich, but couldn't get it over the advancing Schulman. And then Gaynor didn't catch it right. And Schulman's still down after she took that heavy collision. And you'll see it right here. Well, you'll see Schulman getting up because she's a tough customer. Schulman's so strong in that San Jose Earthquakes goal, and she showed it there. Some goalkeepers might have hesitated and stayed on their line. The bravest ones come out to take those area balls. And here is that collision. It's clattering into her. It was Stara Bridenstine. Jones. This is Jones again. I have a feeling this game is going to be pockets where both teams possess the ball and move it around, try and break the high press of the other. It's what you want to see at this level. It's Kitihara so dangerous at stepping inside. This time left a hospital ball for Shin to deal with. So one back by Fetty, but San Jose overtake. In the middle for Borchers. Look at that for a touch from Bridenstine to win it back for the Nationals. This is Matthews. Into the middle for Fetty. O'Malley. It was blocked by LaFay, and this is Jones taking off. Slides it through. LaFay is in. LaFay drags her shot just wide of the far post. What a great opening 6 minutes to this one. Chances at both ends. LaFay so close to scoring. She had the game-winning goal in the quarterfinals, LaFay. Almost had the opener here in the semis. Just unable to find the far corner. Kitahara wins it. This is Kitahara. Rebecca Valdez. Kitahara thought about the early cross. Instead leaves it off for Valdez. 7th minute. Evans ball in. Valdez. Overtaken by Matthews. Slid in to the far side. Bessert. Well, she was making the run inside. And the ball played to her, came on the outside, but it hit off a San Jose player last, so it's going to be a throw-in for Nationals. Zoe Bessert did a good job to take off and try and get on that ball and spring the counterattack. They very nearly did. Instead, it will be a throw-in as this ball comes back to Gaynor. Safety first from Maya Evans. Wood plays it to the top of the box. Headed away by Lottie. Matthews gets on the second ball. Able to get it back. This is Fetty. Back for O'Malley. This game being played at a real frenetic pace through the first 8 minutes. Gaynor. Taken over by LaFay. That's a great step in to win the ball back for Nationals, but Sophie Jones intercepts for San Jose. Kitahara unable to weave her way past Gaynor. And LaFay will hit the reset button as she gets it back to Lottie. That's a strong challenge from Fetty. Gets by Jones. Played it behind Bessert, who was tripped up, so it'll be a free kick for the Nationals in the 9th minute. Good look at the U17 international, Sophie Jones. Already opened up a real good chance for LaFay, who slid her shot just wide of the far post. She's so good at playing these no-look passes. On that pass for LaFay, she looked the other way before sliding it through. It's really becoming her trademark, Sophie Jones. O'Malley seizes on the loose ball. Matthews, get it back for Novak. Inside for Fetty, poked away from her by her opposite number. And this is Borchers. Stepping in his Wood. Jones. There's another no-look pass from her to Shin. And it's smart from Berg as she gets it back to her keeper. I am loving the speed at which these first 10 minutes have been played at, and it continues here. Gaynor was unable to smuggle it through. Now it's Wood. Inside, sliding challenge to win it back, and then played forward by Maya Evans. LaFay is stuck. It wasn't a bad idea, just a bit too far over the top, looking for the run of Zoe Bessert from Gaynor, and Schumann will play it out to Lottie. Pacifica California native gets it out wide. Poked away from LaFay. Rolled into the space for Gaynor. Tried to play it at the top of the box. Still might work out. Flag stays down, but Schumann gets there before Bessert. Kitahara. Take a look at this opportunity. This is poked through, just a bit too much pace on that ball as it carried into Schumann. Flying down the near side is Valdez, gets it to the top of the box. It's a good turn from Borchers. Jones. Oh, he's able to create something even when it seems like nothing's there, Sophie Jones. This time she leaves it off for Shin. Borchers makes her way into the box. Being guarded by Novak. There's space to set up a cross. That's a good run from Berg. Oh, and it almost snuck in at the back post. This is Yelich. The out ball is blocked. Valdez was unable to poke it through for Borchers. Now a chance for Matthews to run. Oh, and Zoe Bessert was held by Evans. What's Anya Voigt going to do here? She has no other option but to take out the yellow card. So Maya Evans becomes the first player to go into referee Anya Voigt's book this evening. Well, it's an early yellow card. The center back is going to have to be careful for the rest of the game.
Yellow card issued in the 12th minute to San Jose Earthquakes, Maya Evans.
You could see that Bessert would have been away there. That's how clever these national players are, able to slip balls in behind on the counter. Wood hoisting the free kick. It's a dangerous one. Allowed to bounce, and Lottie clears. Novak pops it over. Left off for Fetty. Inside for Matthews. Leonard turns, gets it out wide. Looking to set up the crosses, Bridenstine. It's not a bad ball. The offside flag is up. Bessert was unable to direct her header on target anyway. Good end-to-end action, and yet still scoreless in the 14th minute. This cross was played in, but the flag was up. Bessert climbed the ladder, but not high enough to direct her header on frame. This is Kitahara. So good coming inside, Kitahara. And now she's looking for options. Overcooked that pass for LaFay. Rolls all the way through to Butterwork. Gaynor. Tenacious defending from Kitahara, but Gaynor muscles her off the ball. Slips it inside for Leonard. Fetty. Bessert. Back for Wood. Fetty. This is O'Malley. Jones was able to win possession back after she was stripped of it. And stepping in the passing lane is Fetty. And she took out Shin. So it'll be a free kick for San Jose Earthquakes. And take a look, and here's where the foul is right there. She steps in, came in late as Shin had already gotten the pass off. Jones stepped in too, and it'll be a free kick for the Earthquakes. How much to the chagrin of the Nationals bench thought that was a fair challenge. Whether it was fair or not is up for debate. What isn't is that it was a meaty challenge. Fontana takes off, now steps on the ball. It's good hold-up play from Fontana, gets it back from LaFay. Her shot was blocked, falls for Borchers. She has her pocket picked. Fetty, and just punch clear. Jones, just a bit too far for Fontana on the far side. So it'll be a throw-in for Madeline Novak. Roseville, Michigan native looking for options. Finds it in Matthews down the line. And this one went out of bounds, so the ball will stay with the Nationals. Well, these girls are just so smart with the ball. Make such good decisions under high pressure. Valdez gets the interception. Jones, and this will be a foul on Matthews. Jones is taking her time. Kitahara is asking for it on this near side, but she's scheming with Shin. So Shin will step over it. Shin looks like she's going to tease this one into the danger area. Now she will find Kitahara, who's in space. Kitahara steps in, walks along across the top of the box, played it into the danger area. There were no takers, and it skips all the way through for Butterwick. Head coach Jeremy Harkins said about his goalkeeper, Butterwick, sometimes she doesn't get the recognition she deserves because the defense in front of her is so strong, but she's such an important piece of it. And you could see the defense doing their stepping up, disrupting Kitahara. Was able to get the cross off, but then it was easy for Butterwick in the end. LaFay. Gaynor. One back by Shin. Shin's continue to run. Valdez takes the space inside that was created by Shin's run and eventually runs out of steam. Jones overran it, somehow able to recover it. Kitahara loves running at players. Leaves it off for LaFay. Taken off of her boot by Fetty. And this is Yelich to run. Slides it into the space for Bessert. This time the flag stays down. And Evans is able to sweep it away. That's how quickly they break Nationals. Bessert caught up to it. Nice little step over to turn. Evans did well, waiting until she saw enough of the ball that she could step in and make a challenge. So this one goes off the Nationals last. It'll be a throw-in for the Earthquakes. Space for Leonard to turn. Leonard looking for a half yard of space, and she struck it well, but the shot always rising. It's good effort, though, from Allison Leonard. Is committed to Butler University. Looking for her 21st goal of the season. Look how she picks her head up, sees the space, gets into it, and then launches the shot. Nothing to make Schumann work in the Earthquakes' goal, but it is a sign of intent from the Nationals. This one asking a lot of Valdez. She's still going to come back and put Wood under pressure. Now the Cavalry joins her. And stepping up to win it is Kitahara. The future Stanford Cardinal Kitahara gets it off for Valdez. And Bessert is offside. Now she's one of those strikers that lives off the back shoulder of defenders and plays those game, always living right on the edge of onside and offside. This is Borchers. Lottie gets back for Schumann. Seeing a system like this, even the goalkeeper needs to be superior with their feet. And Schumann is exactly that. That pass is picked off by Yelich. Matthews gets it back to Yelich. Tries to slide it through. Bessert, Gainer's there. The flag is up again. But Schumann falls on the loose ball. So no offside given as the ball goes to Schumann. Anya Voigt noticed it, but waved it off because Schumann had possession. And it took an important touch on the way through. Otherwise, I think Zoe Bessert would have gotten to it the first time, and she would have been onside because the offside flag had gone up against Gaynor. Nationals are on the attack again. Speculative effort coming in from Fetty, and it rolls wide of Schulman's goal. So here's a look. That's the touch from Evans. Otherwise, I think Bessert would have been in one-on-one, and there was Gaynor coming in from her offside position. Great work from our camera crews you see on this reverse angle. Evans getting the all-important touch so that that ball can make its way to Schumann. Has it at her feet. And there's that distribution I was talking about. Jones intercepts. Valdez takes off down the middle. This is Gaynor. In a battle with Kitahara. Kitahara leans into it. It's off of her last. Fetty, top of the box. Besser tried to leave it off. Oh, it's a nice turn to get away from Jones. But she ran into Maya Evans.
There's nowhere for her to go. Hunter, come on, Ryan. There's nowhere to go.
O'Malley comes back to retrieve. Oh, it's an awkward ball from Novak. And seizing it is Fontana. This is Fontana, still going Fontana. Fontana took herself a bit too wide, and it allows Matthews to get back and make the block. Clearance only as far as Jones. 25 minutes gone, still 0-0 in a captivating affair between the Nationals and San Jose Earthquakes. 4B5 fighting for the right to take on Real Colorado in Wednesday's final, the first ever final in the girls' U16-17 U.S. Soccer Development Academy. These teams have already made plenty of history. they're looking to make even more.
Pass. Who's in the channel, Zoe?
One by Berg on the far side. Plays it off for Borchers. Cleared right back to Berg. This is Shin. Kitahara shaping up on this near side. He's looking to take on Gaynor.
There it is, Ari. There it is.
Gets it forward for Borchers.
Or slipper. Zoe, don't stop moving. Flat run, Zoe. There you go, Zoe.
Over the top. Bessert in a foot race with Evans, who will win it. She had the angle. Back to Schumann. Look at that from Schumann. Just waiting for Bessert to overcommit again and then played it inside of her to get it out wide. Fetty picks up her head. Shin with the interception. Jones thought Shin was continuing her run. She gets to it with a tremendous challenge, still battling for it, Shin, and somehow comes away with it. Borcher spins away, now faces up to goal. Wanted to get it inside to LaFay, but Fetty stepped in. Shin lays it back for Berg. She'll step on the ball as everybody will catch their breath. And then San Jose will go again. 28th minute. They're doing a good job of picking and they're choosing their moments. When to press Nationals versus when to sit back in their block. And they've picked off the loose ball. Bessert across the face of one challenge. Leaves it off outside for Bridenstine. She puts it into the mix. It's off of Evans, and Schumann will save it from being a corner kick. She's been good early on, Schumann. As Bridenstine lifted this one in and hit off of Evans. And Schumann making sure it didn't go over the end line.
Settle and play. First two, play. Got Ari. Go out.
Space for Yelich.
Good, Riley, tight. Stay tight. Stay tight, Riley. Good.
LaFay.
Slow it down. Emily Matthews, come on. Go down. Cover.
Berg comes inside.
Yeah, read it a lot.
Looking for Valdez. Wood for the Nationals. Gaynor.
Allie, come on, Allie.
Shin steps into the passing lane.
Come on, Allie. Allie.
Over for Borchers. Has LaFay running through. Scoops it over. And getting a touch on it was O'Malley. Kitahara with the header. Bounces over Valdez all the way through to Wood. Out wide for Gaynor. He's trying to drill it into the feet of Bessert. And cutting it off is Evans. She'll send it over for Berg to chase down on the far side. She's not going to get there in time. It'll be a Nationals throw-in. We're going to have the hydration break on the half-hour mark, and it's well-deserved for both of these teams. This game has been played at a frenetic pace. See the substitutes helping out, making sure that everybody has the water they need as these players are not allowed to leave the field during the hydration break. Chance for the San Jose coaching staff to give some instruction as well. On a hot day, that cold water always feels good on the back of your neck. Granthik Chatterjee giving instruction to his charges. It's the national side where many girls on this team have won 3 U.S. YSA national championship titles before coming into the inaugural season of the Development Academy. San Jose Earthquakes have moved the ball around well. LaFay got away once as Jones threaded the ball through for her. Shot it just wide of the far post. Lottie, the number 25, made an excellent challenge right before the hydration break. Two high-powered offenses being kept off the board through the first half hour. Nationals come into this one having scored 111 goals. While the Earthquakes offense has 125 to their name. Had the 4th best offense in the regular season, the San Jose Earthquakes, with 112 goals. And that all before the playoffs started. And then went on to score 13 goals in the 4 games in Oceanside, in the 3 group stage matches and in the quarterfinals. So both teams back out onto the field. Even though it's a high-pressured situation, they're enjoying themselves. Final instructions from Granthric Chatterjee. That water break taking about 3 minutes. That will be added on to stoppage time at the end of this first half. The Nationals will get us back underway via the throw-in. Kitahara sidesteps the first challenge, can't get past the second in Fetty. Valdez will get it back to her. Evans. The space is opened up for Fontana. So dangerous when she takes players on from these wide positions. And here she is stepping inside. Fontana unable to glide it through for LaFay. And now they're looking for Bessert. Trying to get away. They'll track it down on the far side, Bessert. Can't get around Lottie, who sticks her. Jones. Forward for Fontana, back for Jones. And played over for Shin. Looking for Valdez on the far side. Wood is there. Wood evades the challenge of Valdez. Gets it inside Yelich. Looking to play it through. Second chance for Bessert, and she's offside. It's the right call from the assistant referee on the far side, Jacob Harold out of Colorado. Fontana in a battle with Novak on the far side. Novak wins it.
Hey, Justina, just rest out here. Rest out here. Don't drift in there. Think about what box we're trying to hit and how you're going to get to it. Right? Any diagonal switch now. Ask for it. Okay, now you got to tuck in defensively, essentially. Start reading 5.
Shin.
Yep, there you go.
And for Kitahara. Gainer steps in to win it back for Nationals. And the break could be on here if they hurry. Yelich. Beautiful reverse pass, but Bessert knew she was offside, so she lets it go. And Schumann comes out to get it.
Hey, great work. Keep your head in it, Zoe.
More high pressure again, this time from Bridenstine. Berg rides the challenge, rolls it up the line. It comes back for Zoe Bessert. Unable to find Leonard inside. Jones coming forward for the Earthquakes. In for LaFay. LaFay somehow manages to keep it. Tigerish work from LaFay. Valdez poked away from her by Wood. Right to Yelich. Slid through, and the offside flag is up against Bessert. And it's not just Bessert's run that's putting her offside. It's the back line of the Earthquakes knowing when to step up, and they do it so well to put her offside. So many defenders will panic and go with the runner. Not this San Jose back four.
They're all stepping, Ari, so they're not even worried about you. You can just dribble right through it. Lana, inside more, inside more. Protect Caitlin. Good sense.
That's a good step. An authoritative clearance from Novak comes all the way to Schulman. It's out of her box. Leave it off for Evans in the 38th minute.
Good arm. Can we step up a level? Sarah, step up a level, Sarah. Up in 8.
Nationals are working hard to cut up those balls out of the back. Schulman. Shin. Great skill from Shin to get it to Lottie. Out to the far side for Berg. They've broken the line, San Jose. Now what can they do with 6 going forward? This is Matthews.
Good choice. Hey, we gotta step the line. Sissy.
Lodi tracks it down.
Caitlin, get us up. Squeeze us to midfield.
Schulman has time to assess her options. Inside for Leonard. Was looking for the reverse ball, but it was cut out by Shin.
Keep working. Can we squeeze?
Back to Schulman it goes.
There's nowhere. There's nowhere. Come on.
Stepping in to win it is Yelich. To the byline. Pulls it across. Directed to the back post and off the post. Nationals so close to the opener, but it remains 0-0 in the 40th minute. Kitahara getting forward. Out wide for Valdez. Does well to sort her feet out. Valdez gets it back to Kitahara. She's aware of the pressure. Spins away from it. Trying to direct it through. Coming out to take is Butterwick. Look at this. Stealing in to get that ball was Yelich. And then she pulled it back. And Leonard directing it toward that far post. Just couldn't guide it there. In the end, Schulman relieved to see it come off the post.
Hey, get the line up. Caitlin. Caitlin, come on. We got to do it. We got to get him off. Inside, Alana. Inside.
This is Shin.
Inside. Help her, Justina.
Perfectly weighted ball for Valdez.
Good, Alana. Find her. She's free. Simple.
Wood wrestles it away from her. Gainer looking for options. Had space to take. Instead, will loft it into the path of Bessert, who is offside again. And he's been busy, Jacob Harold, assistant referee on that far side. Zoe Bessert has been making good runs, but just leaving a step or two too soon. Now looking over the bench, he's talking about the run she needs to make sure she can stay on side.
Inside. Help the center midfielders right now. We don't have to worry about this yet. Pass out. Face up. Find it, Allie.
Lottie's header away. Yelich collects the loose ball. Slid in for Leonard, cleared away by Lottie. Only as far as Bridenstine on the far side. Berg gets it away from her and rolls it up for Fontana. Fontana on the charge. Fontana flying right at the heart of the Nationals defense. Has Valdez to her right, can't slide it over. That's a tremendous intervention from Alana Wood. And it's Wood who comes away with it. Now it's Leonard who was thinking about running at the back line, but Shin shuts the door to any of those kind of thoughts. Right down the line and kept in. Early cross in. Evans, so smart to chest it back to her keeper and allow Schumann to use her hands. Inside the final 3 minutes of the 45. Had a 3-minute water break. So there will be stoppage time.
Go. That's the one. Go. Can we win that? Yes, right. Find the second, Pete. Come on, Em. Find it.
It's a heavy challenge.
Step in.
Jones taking off. Jones skips past the defender. Has two players to her right. Jones slides it in for Borchers. Borchers gets there. And can't get it goalwards. Borchers, I think, was put off just a bit as she was making the run inside and had to redirect her run to get on the end of that reverse ball. She did well to get to it and almost able to get it by Butterwick. Look at this pass from Jones. And there you see, there's the correction she had to make, and it put her off just enough. Was able to beat Butterwick to the ball and get it by her, but couldn't get it on target.
Good look. Allie, drop it. Come on, simple. Face up. What channel, Riley? Which one? Pick one and ping it.
Fetty. That's a brilliant first touch, and it's into the space. Bessert is on side, and Lottie with another tremendous tackle. Fontana gets it back. Evans. Into the 45th minute.
Stay in the split, and then you can get it. Invite the ball to 5 and then pick it.
Shin. Hasn't gotten as high up the field as she likes to usually, Shin. Credit that to the Nationals. Inside for Valdez. Not sure whether she missed that or decided to let it run. And then it was awkward, so O'Malley played it back, and I think Butterwick was expecting just to come and pick that ball up. That's another gorgeous ball through from Sophie Jones. And it's an important tackle. It'll be a corner kick. It was LaFay who got behind the back line again. Jones carving them open with surgical precision. It's the third time today she's played in a player. The second time was LaFay. That's got to be a corner kick. Take a look again. LaFay's shot certainly blocked. That's why it went wide of the post. Otherwise, LaFay was looking to put it to the far post with the motion of her boot. Nevertheless, Nationals go forward in the first minute of stoppage time. Yelich has space. quickly closed down. Skips past, takes the shot, and rolls it right down the goalkeeper's corridor. Good work from Yelich. Just get proper contact on the shot. Shin. So fun to watch this Earthquake side pass the ball. And then electrifying in full flight when they take off. LaFay making the run in. Slid a bit too far ahead of her and coming across to cut it off is Fetty.
The referee has added a minimum of 3 minutes of stoppage time to the first half.
The referee has added a minimum 3 minutes of stoppage time, which over a minute and a half has already elapsed. We've seen some late goals. Second half stoppage time. Will we see one here? The Quakes are on the prowl. Berg barging her way forward and winning the throw-in.
Hey, Alana, we gotta get everybody up here for the last 2 to 3. Get the energy right.
This is Fontana. Shin. Inside for LaFay. He's unable to control it. And she's able to get the reflector, and it will be a free kick. So LaFay was able to get the ball back off the ricochet. Now we've seen a lot of good training ground routines from the San Jose side throughout the playoffs. What will we see here? There's a lot of movement across the top of the 18. Jones clips it in, headed clear, and that will do it for the first half. Very entertaining first 45 minutes. The only thing this game lacking is a goal. Both teams had their chances. The post coming to the rescue for the San Jose Earthquakes.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Butterwick doing good work in the Nationals goal as well. 45 minutes down, 45 minutes to go in this U16-17 semifinal. We're going to step aside for halftime, but we'll be back with you for the final 45 minutes here on USSoccerDA.com.
So we're here at Lone Star this weekend for the first ever biobanded initiative in the US, where we're grouping players based on a biobanded group instead of their normal chronological age group.
Generally speaking, when you look at maturation, it's pretty simple. You can do it with your eyes and see that someone has matured faster than someone else has. But there's actually scientific research that helps us learn where players are at from a percentage of their full maturation.
We know through research that players can differ in ages from 2 to 3 years, even though if they're born in the same year. And so biobanding is finally a scientific answer to group these players based on their individual growth trajectories and growth and maturation status.
This is a bit of an alternative to the regular age group competitions. With these types of competitions, what we do is we mix things up. We take away that physical advantage for the early developer. They have to play a technical and tactical game and develop many of the skills that the late developer gets. On the flip side, the late developers, they get an opportunity to command the game for once. So this gives them an opportunity actually to show their true ability and for coaches to see them in a slightly different context.
In our younger ages, we've got a lot of late developers. Like the physical challenges for our players in our conference, which is very strong, are insurmountable in some games just because of the physical nature. So this intrigued us because we have good players, we have good younger players, and providing them another opportunity or another avenue to see what they can really do in this environment.
For the 2017-18 Academy season, the Development Academy Leadership and Technical Group decided that we would institute a policy for late maturing players, where the clubs can select 2 players per age group at U16 that can play down with U15 and 2 players at U15 that can play down with U14 during the season.
It's really important to know this isn't replacing anything. This isn't replacing the chronological age. This is a hybrid method of developing players. Alongside the normal chronological age groups, you can also do biobanding in training and in games.
The Academy philosophy is about moving players up when they're ready. We also thought that moving players down might be an opportunity for those players who aren't as physically matured to be able to have success at a younger age group. At US Soccer, we talk about developing players, coaches, and referees, and biobanding is just one more initiative that we can use to make sure that all players have an opportunity, all players have a pathway.
It's just like in school, it's not the same for everyone, right? Everybody's getting the same message, but you have students that get C's and B's and some are getting A's. So I think this allows us to take a step back, look at the pathway, and change it a little bit.
Our job at US Soccer is to provide an environment where every player can reach their optimal potential. So this is about ensuring that no matter when you're born, no matter the status of your maturity, that you have the ultimate ability to thrive playing soccer.
In building the Girls Development Academy, this is another one of the milestone moments as we look at the trajectory of the program for years to come.
Girls Development Academy Winter Showcase is the first ever event US Soccer puts on for our clubs. You only have one chance to make a first impression, and it's very important for girls to see what the next level looks like, where all eyes are on you. Over 300 college coaches were here, over 40 US Soccer scouts were here. It's a great event where girls can showcase their skills, their talents in front of a lot of eyes.
The showcase has been great so far. It's awesome to get all of these talented girls in one place at the same time and be able to compete against the top players in the country. I think it's a huge step forward for women's soccer in this country and just women's soccer in general to have this opportunity here this weekend.
We announced the launch of the Girls Development Academy almost 2 years ago, and in that process, we've talked with a lot of people that have worked in the game for many years. And with those leaders and our staff, we've been able to shape what we think will be the right platform for girls to continue to develop in our country.
I think it's really important to have this showcase. It gives us a really clear view of the entire level from a holistic view within the US. And I think it's only the beginning of something really fantastic. It's a starting point, and from this starting point we can only grow. It will benefit our national youth teams It will benefit our national team. The future looks bright.
To be able to play at a winter showcase where there's also the U20 women's national team playing is a great opportunity for our clubs and our players to see what that next level look like.
It's just been a great opportunity for us girls to get to watch people that we look up to play at the highest level.
With the integration of the Development Academy and the Nike International Friendlies, the event overall provides the opportunity to see the pathway from their club team to youth national teams and to national teams.
That ensures that there's a quality player pool for the future of our women's national team.
I never knew when I would play my last game. And then I was told to stop playing to save my future. Concussions are invisible injuries. Awareness starts with taking the pledge. I pledge to be educated on the signs and symptoms of concussions. I pledge to be honest with my coaches, teachers, parents, and teammates. I pledge to be supportive of anyone that gets a concussion. We only have one brain and it needs to last a lifetime.
We took the pledge.
I 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 took the pledge.
We took the pledge.
I took the pledge. I took the pledge.
I took the pledge.
The U.S. Soccer Girls Development Academy is here.
Here.
The next generation of world-class players.
World-class players.
Elite competition.
Pride in your club.
And a place where dreams are made.
This
is
the Girls Development Academy.
Ten years ago, we started to put a lot of time and effort in researching what went into development at the world-class level.
U.S. Soccer thought it was important to provide a platform where the best interests of players were put first, before results, before the team, and now you have an environment that allows players day in, day out in their everyday club environments to be able to reach their full potential.
10 years ago, we only had 16s and 18s. We knew in some regard that that was too late to make the right impact, that we needed to go younger, but this was a group we could manage and we could begin to change the culture. Now we have a complete pathway that starts at U12 through U19.
10 years later, I would say unequivocally that we have developed a much larger pool of quality. And that's the best thing that I can look at and say, uncategorically, this is really working.
I think the fact that our youth national teams have done well internationally, the fact that our youth national teams have gotten some historically great results this year and have broken some records, I think that's an indication of all the work that's been done behind the scenes, and in particular all the work that's been done in the Development Academy.
We believe very firmly that we won't have world-class players without world-class coaches, and that environment's created at the club level.
The Development Academy is ensuring the future of U.S. soccer by empowering clubs to be the drivers of world-class player development.
Nil-nil at halftime between the Nationals and San Jose Earthquakes in the second U16-17 semifinal. So we take a look at the first half highlights in a game that has been very aesthetically pleasing on the eye. And it started with Yelich getting in, sliding past Evans, but Schumann came out, made herself as big as possible to make the save. It's a determined run from Yelich, but Schumann, quick off her line, cut down the angle, and then LaFay got in behind the back line as Sophie Jones played her through, but her shot dragged wide of the post. And then Wood sent this one in, and it was Schumann who was there again. Bridenstine clattering into her. And then Kitahara, so dangerous when she cuts inside. Just look at that for a bit of footwork. And she's able to get the shot off. And Butterwick would make the play. And then a good interception as they're trying to build out of the back by Nationals. And Yelich would eventually pull it across and guiding it toward the back corner, but off the post from Leonard. And then here's the magic of Sophie Jones right there. And then Borchers able to get it past the keeper, but unable to stick it in at the near post. And just look at this again from Sophie Jones. It's a gorgeous ball through, this time for LaFay. And it was a tremendous challenge, and that was the last action of an excellent first half. Just a joy to watch the way these teams pass and move. And we do have a substitution to tell you about at halftime. Is Madison Madeley. He's committed to the University of Toledo. Also coming in is number 71, Olivia Watson. Another player is committed to the University of Toledo. And she's played 2 games this year up with the 18-19s, getting her 34th appearance in her own age group this evening. So it's the San Jose Earthquakes getting set to get us underway. Final 45 minutes, and if we're still tied after that, we will have extra time. The winner will move on to take on Real Colorado in the finals on Wednesday. And right away, the substitute looking to cause problems, and she just missed it. That's a tremendous run-in from Madeley. Schumann reacting quickly again. This time, it'll be a free kick for the Nationals. Shin thought it was going the way of the Earthquakes. And now the referee correcting her decision. I think a little bit of confusion. We'll take a look. That could have gone either way, really. And now Anya Voigt saying, hey, it's my fault. I pointed the wrong way. And so it will be the Earthquakes ball. Sophie Jones, stand over it. And as is the MO of the Earthquakes, we'll play it quickly. Nationals looking to attack into the box. Madeley, that's a lovely layoff. And the shot in isn't a bad one, but it's right into the breadbasket of Schumann. Madeley pressing and forcing the errant ball from Schumann. Great work from the substitute in these first 2 minutes. Oh, and good invention, too, as she wins the free kick. Oh, what an introduction that has been in the Nationals' number 10. Take a look at this for a piece of skill. Just getting right through him. Earthquakes also made changes at halftime. Kayleen Gowers, wearing the number 14, comes in, as does Kylie Rojas. Rebecca Valdez and Maya Evans have left the game. I think Evans came out because of the yellow card that she had received back in the 13th minute. Oh, it's a free kick for those new entrants to deal with. 2 national players over the ball. Played in by Wood and punched away by Schulman. Oh, and in trouble, and that's going to be a yellow card. So Olivia Watson, the second player to go into Anya Voigt's book this evening. As you see, just took a bit too long on the ball. It's a great tackle by Borchers. And then Watson had no option but to bring her down to stop the counterattack. And she knew what was coming. This is LaFay. Started as a sub in the playoffs and has worked her way into the starting lineup. Camille LaFay scored some really important goals. Fontana had it poked off of her foot. Coming in the challenge is Watson, and this time she wins the throw-in. That's more like it from Olivia Watson. Natalie smashes it forward. This is Rojas's first involvement as she guides it back to her keeper. Schumann playing well high out of her goal. And the high press has forced another interception. Natalie looking to run. Angles her way into the box. And that is stellar defending from Jaden Shin. You hear these coaches talking, at least we can from our commentary position, and it is just all so positive from both the Nationals and San Jose coaches. Did a great job to use the teaching moments, but also to be positive. Even when a player makes a mistake, help to encourage them to get better, to learn from that mistake. It's calmness under pressure from Bridenstine. She gets it back. Wood. Aaron pass picked up by Rojas, plays it first time forward for Kitahara. Skips past the first challenge. Good job by Wood to get back and get a touch on it. Now Kitahara working against the double team. Unable to slide through it. And that one through the legs of Matthews. So it'll be a throw-in for the San Jose Earthquakes as we enter the 52nd minute of play. Winner moves on to face Real Colorado in Wednesday's final. As these teams vying to become the first ever champion at the U16-17 level in the inaugural season of the Girls U.S. Soccer Development Academy. Is this one out of bounds? Speaking of finals, we'll have the boys finals for you tomorrow. U16-17 level, it's Atlanta United taking on the Seattle Sounders. It'll be a good game between two very potent offenses. And then the 18-19s, it's the LA Galaxy, as they will play in their final as well. Get back to that in a second as this is Bridenstine. It's a good step inside. The space is opened up. The cross in from Matthews, free at the back post, just unable to time the header. Matthews did so well to set herself up for the cross, and then hoisted it in. Just unable to direct that header goalwards. Matthews.
Okay, smart, wider. Look at Sarah Hess. Justino.
Crowded out in the end. But they're able to switch sides, Nationals. That one just a bit too heavy for Bridenstine to deal with. It will be a throw-in for the San Jose Earthquakes. We have a second getting back. The LA Galaxy will take on NYCFC. Natalie unable to bring it down. Winning it is LaFay. Little touch off for Gowler. Kitahara screaming for it on the far side. Instead, it's picked off in the middle. One back by Gower, and LaFay has room to roam. Has Kitahara on the outside. LaFay picks her head up, and I think she didn't play it to Kitahara because she thought she might be in an offside position. Little touch on for Leonard. Leonard plays it through. Schumann at the extreme of her penalty area comes out to make the challenge. And those two players clattering into each other, and Schumann is down, and the referee will stop play. Such great reading of the game from Schumann. And she took a knock for her troubles. Well, they say no good deed goes unpunished, but no other keeper would come out and wait for that ball to be played through and be able to make that play. That is excellent goalkeeping from Schumann.
Justina, every time we can find you and Sarah, every time we're finding you girls, there's no one for you.
Schumann just looks like she got the wind knocked out of her. Shaking off the cobwebs. Natalie, or Mojo as she's nicknamed, has been so bright since coming on as a sub at halftime. As it was Natalie who crashed into her. No malicious intent, both of them only had eyes for the ball. Now a chance for the Nationals to come over and get some water. Well, San Jose are standing just off screen, but just in front of their goalkeeper. All of them making sure she's okay. Good look at Granthric Chatterjee. He's coaching in place of Jeremy Harkin, who's away at the moment. If the Nationals advance to the finals, Harkin will be in Kansas City, Missouri on Wednesday. Schumann's all right. It was one of those, we had that feeling that she was going to be okay, but Schumann, let alone anyone, would have needed a minute or two to recover. So it'll be a drop ball. We'll see how each side wants to play it. It's going to be San Jose who will give it back to the Nationals. Very sportingly done. Butterwick. Flicked on, looking for the run of Natalie. And getting back with Shin. Schulman, tremendous distribution. But stepping in to win it is Watson. Let's open up for Fontana. Trying to roll it in for Gower. But there's O'Malley, and she'll get it back to Butterwick. Watson's the outlet. Bridenstine. Over the top, looking for the run of Mojo. We'll catch up to it in time. Jones. O'Malley able to get it away as Borchers was chasing. This one played over. And it will come all the way through for Schulman, who is well out of her box to sweep up any long balls over the top. It goes outside as it was looking for the run of Fontana. Hooked away. Be a throw-in for the Nationals in the 59th minute. Madeline at the top of the box. Shin took it away from her. It's another mazy dribble from Kitahara. Ball ripped away from her, but it comes back to Jones. Gets it out wide. Now it's Rojas who wants to run. Jones has space to pick out a pass. Picks out Fontana, rolls just underneath her foot. It'll be a throw in for the Nationals. Taken by Olivia Watson. This is Caitlin O'Malley. In a battle with Rojas. And too tactile for the referee's liking from Rojas, so it'll be a free kick for the Nationals as it was good work by Gaynor on the far side. Good look at the referee, Anya Voigt out of Florida. So this long ball thumped in. And will roll out of bounds for San Jose Earthquakes goal kick. On the hour mark at Swope Soccer Village. This semifinal matchup at the U16-17 level between Nationals and the San Jose Earthquakes. Winner will move on to Wednesday's final against Real Colorado, who earlier upset the #1 seed in the LAFC Slammers. So that was a good recovery. Over the top and almost able to make their way through. It was a crucial intervention coming in from Berg. Poked away. This is Berg. Gets it back to Lottie. Jones. Berg. Shin. Inside for Kitahara. Played forward for LaFay. That's a great defense from Wood. Wood now to go the other way for Nationals. Jones picks it off. Shin. Lottie. With the top, looking for the run of Kitahara. Space for Leonard. Inside for Yelich. And the flag goes up for offside. San Jose Earthquakes preparing another substitution. So it's going to be Alexandra Lottie who comes off. And she'll be replaced by Victoria Prado. Prado out of Santa Clara, California, making her 19th appearance of the season. Also had 13 starts and a goal for the 18-19s. Victoria Prado. Just like many of these San Jose players who've played up a level. It's a good turn from Fontana. Trying to dice her way through. Borchers finds a bit of space. Leaves it off for Fontana. One back by Nationals. They're looking for the run through of Medell. Bridenstine wants it out wide. Yelich takes the inside route. Now she pokes it out wide. Bridenstine setting up for the cross. Unable to get by Prado. That's a great first involvement in this game for Prado. She's unable to clear. And it will be a throw-in for the Nationals. But she didn't allow that cross, Prado. Back by San Jose. Unable to get out of their own end. It will be another thrown for Nationals. Matthews. Well, that's beautiful work from Gower. One back by Yelich. Inside for Bridenstine. And Watson unable to get to it in time, so it'll be San Jose's throw-in. 65th minute, still 0-0. There's nothing to separate these two sides after 90. We will have extra time. Gower. That's a stick from Watson. Fontana able to fight through it. Being policed by 3 Nationals player. And Watson gets back to stab it away. Take a look at this battle between Watson and Fontana, and I love that Watson was beat, got up, and got back to win the ball for Nationals. This is Shin. Shin steps inside of Leonard, steps into it. Butterwick makes the save comfortably enough. Yelich went down under the challenge from Jones. So there's another look at that long distance effort from Shin. Fights off the challenge and just unleashes one. It's well hit, but right at the keeper. Kitahara spins. Lovely skill from Kitahara. Watson steps it to win it back for Nationals. Bridenstine able to keep it in bounds. Shaping up to cross. Rolls it along the ground. Madeley dispossessed. Now Leonard steps in but can't direct her effort goalwards. Fetty with the effort. So another goal kick for Schumann. Love the way she continues to talk to the players in front of her, Schumann. And then almost played it right to the feet of Fontana. Bounced just before her, up and over. So it'll be a throw-in for Olivia Watson. Substitute puts it down the line. Madeley with the first touch. And Jones caught a high boot. So Matthews is going to get a talking to. This is good refereeing from Voigt. Just telling her to calm down. She can't do that again, or she will go into the book. As you can see here, Jones getting on it. She just came in over the ball and caught her in the shin. Gower is pointing to the space she wants to play it to. Now somebody arrives in the shape of Fontana. Gower overtakes. Gets it back to Jones, who will let this roll all the way through for Shin. Back to Jones. And it's off of Bridenstine last. But the Nationals bench applauding the high press. And Bridenstine not allowing Sophie Jones out of her own end, as they'll continue to squeeze and try and win it high up the field. And Watson does. Rolls past Borchers. O'Malley. Wood. Smacked the other way by Shin. And getting back is Wood. She'll give it back to Butterwick with Borchers bearing down on her. This time the free kick will go the way of the Nationals in the 70th minute. It's Alana Wood who will step up to take it. Take a look. The foul committed by LaFay. Bridenstine. That's a wonderful challenge from Shin. She's good going forward, but she's also so good on the defensive side of the ball, Shin. This time, drilling it into the feet of Borchers. Spins away from Fetty. Forward for LaFay. The free kick will go the way of the Earthquakes. So we're about 5 minutes from the hydration break. Victoria Prado, her pass is cut out. Yelich, inside for Madeley. Unable to spin Berg, and it will come back to Shin. Fontana at walking pace. Looking for the diagonal run. Kitahara kills it instantly. Now looking to run at the back line. And Kitahara had it taken away from her. Gower. Gowers will come back with it. Fontana again, waiting for movement ahead of her. Now she picks up the pace. Slides by one. Was trying to get it to the top of the box. Bridenstine. Prado. Muscled off the ball by Yelich. It's a good run. Mojo holding her run so that she's onside, but Madeley will not be able to catch up to it. That was a great work, though, by Madison Mojo Madeley to make sure she held her run. And when she took off the ball, was just played with a bit too much on it. Fontana lets it roll out of bounds. So good at knowing when to run at players and when to let the ball do the work, Fontana. Borchers slides it in for LaFay. LaFay is stolen in between the center backs but can't get her shot off. That's a wonderful recovery. Still with it though, LaFay. LaFay spins through it, gets the shot off. Well positioned is Butterwick. That is tremendous work though from Camille LaFay. Was turning O'Malley inside out, but O'Malley did a great job not to let her get that initial shot off. Now Jones. Yelich. Slid through. Too much for Madeley to chase. Pace of this game is slowed down just a little bit, as you'd expect on a hot night here at the Swope Soccer Village in Kansas City, Missouri. That's a strong tackle from Shin. There's a look at that shot. Bridenstine. Gowers has to get away from Yelich. Shin pops it over the pressure. This is Fontana. Off for LaFay. Well, the far side of the field is wide open. Slip through for Leonard. That's a great challenge getting back. Oh, it's beautifully done this. That ball too far for Fontana. Over the top for Bridenstine. Prado able to get back. And now is watching her like a hawk. Bridenstine looking for some separation. Doesn't get it, but she does get the corner kick. It was a good battle between Bridenstine and Prado. Prado didn't fall for any of the moves, matched her step by step, and then got the foot in on the cross, but did concede the corner. As there's a player down behind the play. Bridenstine has been very bright in this game. Good ideas, and she's been able to execute them. As now there's a San Jose player that needs to be helped off. Just walking very gingerly. So the question is, will San Jose have to make another substitution? So it's Kitahara who's struggling. For the moment, the Earthquakes down to 10 ladies. So the corner comes in, and flying to get it clear was Schumann. Watson. Safety first from Watson. Bought down on the far side. This is LaFay. One back by Gaynor. That's a towering header from Matthews. Prado unable to bring it down, but she wins the header over Bridenstine. Madeley can't get by Shin. Prado inside for Gowers. And that's a good step from O'Malley. But a loose touch from Yelich gives it back to LaFay. Trying to slide it through. And well off her line is Butterwick to make the clearance. '77th minute. This will roll into the arms of the waiting Butterwick. Getting word that Juliet Torres is getting set to come on. I believe she's going to replace the player that had to come off injured. And it will be Kitahara, whose night is done. Hope that Kitahara is all right. Such a fun player to watch, Kitahara. Ball looking for Madeley, stepping into Shin. It's won every 50-50 ball that's come her way, Shin. Played in the channel for Bridenstine to chase. Prado's coming back. And Prado will guide it back to Schulman. Another beautiful job of breaking the high press by the San Jose Earthquakes. There's another player who's pulled up. Gowers. Over the top. Too far for Fontana to chase, so she'll let it roll all the way through for Butterwick. Macomb native rolls it out for Watson. Bought down by Bridenstine. Squares up to Prado. Madeley is looking for the far side. Might skip through. Quick shot. Schumann had her near post covered. And she's been tremendous today, Schumann. Frustrating Yelich on the far side. So this ball skipped all the way through for her. It's a great first touch to elude the defender. Schumann got on the loose ball and snapped her shot first time. See the quick release, but Schumann was equal to the task. And now we will have the water break in the 81st minute. So a chance for both teams to hydrate, and then both teams will make substitution for these final 10 minutes, plus stoppage time. And now for these coaches, these substitutions become so important because you're not only thinking to the 90th minute, you're thinking about how these subs are going to figure in and play through extra time and whether or not they may be penalty takers after the end of an extra 30 minutes if it's necessary. Untitled Chapter continuing to give instructions during this water break. Reminder, more soccer for you tomorrow here on USSoccerDA.com, as it'll be the boys finals. Atlanta United taking on the Seattle Sounders at the 16-17 level. And then the 18-19s, it's NYCFC taking on the LA Galaxy. And on Wednesday, we'll have the Girls Academy Championships. First, U15's Legends FC taking on FC Dallas. And then the winner of this game will face off against Real Colorado here at the U16-17 level. Atlanta United for the boys 16-17s, trying to become just the second team in the history of the academy to be repeat champions at an age group. They won what was last year the 15-16 age group. Seattle Sounders, such a creative squad. The NYCFC versus LA Galaxy game should be a really fun one. And then on Wednesday, Legends versus FC Dallas to crown the first ever girls U15 champion. Followed by the match between one of these two teams and Real Colorado, who upset LAFC Slammers 1-0, ending a 37-game unbeaten run for the LAFC Slammers. Also, the only team to shut them out this season, as there is the sub, Juliet Torres, coming in for Kitahara, who left about 5 minutes ago. So the Earthquakes had been playing a player down for quite a while. And a substitution as well for the Nationals, as Eva Papista comes in to replace Sarah Bridenstine. Bridenstine was exceptional, and now it's Papista's turn to see how she can change the complexion of this match. 23rd appearance for Papista out of Grosse Pointe, Michigan. Butterwick has had to make a few saves today, especially in the first half when LaFay had broken the lines a couple of times. The second half has been a bit easier for Butterwick. This play will get back underway. Jones is strong in the challenge. Prado did so well to get away from the pressure. She'll guide it back to her keeper. This one over the head of Watson. And Fontana could be off to the races. Coming over and cover is O'Malley. Fontana arrows her way in the box, puts it in. And it's a good save from Butterwick. Those are the breaks you expect to see late in the game. It only takes one, but Fontana will wish that she had been able to get her shot away from the keeper. So here she is, gliding into the box. O'Malley giving her a little bit of space, doing a great job to drag her out wide and cut down the angle. And so in the end, Fontana didn't have all that much to shoot at. And Butterwick able to make the save. So this will be a free kick for San Jose as Sophie Jones was brought to ground. And a yellow card given out as well. And it was shown to the player who just entered the game, Eva Papista. So 2 Nationals players have come in and received yellow cards within moments of their entrance. And here's why she received it. Sophie Jones stabbed away from her. Prado uses the safety valve in her keeper. Schumann's clearance. O'Malley heads it the other way. Shin seizes on the loose ball. She's good getting forward, Shin. But it's one back. Matthews. Watson was trying to play it down the line. Instead, hooked it out of bounds. Jones trying to slide away. One back, Leonard. Yelich. Ball looking for Leonard. It's too far, it falls to Shin. Matthews steps in. Played it behind Leonard. She gets it back, Matthews. Trying to slide it in from Madeley. And there's Schumann at the top of her box again. Such an ability to anticipate Nicole Schumann. Final 3 minutes of the 90. You can imagine there will be at least 3 minutes of stoppage time, maybe even more. LaFay lets it run in a foot race. Still battling for it, LaFay. Able to turn her as Wood. Oh, that's wonderful work from Wood on the defensive side of the ball for the Nationals. Berg intercepts. Is there to be late drama at the Swope Soccer Village? U15 level, we had a goal 8 minutes into stoppage time to send the match to extra time. We're not going to have any late goals with shots like that. It's a good idea from Prado. Matthews. Well, she had Papista on this near side, could have played it to her feet. Instead it goes all the way through for Schumann. So we head into the final minute of the 90. Getting word from my producer, Alex Bousquet, that there's going to be 5 minutes of stoppage time. Butterwick out of her box to make the clearance. Fontana pops it over for Borchers to chase. O'Malley's there. And safety first from O'Malley as she plays it into touch. She's done well today, O'Malley. You can see these girls are exhausted. They have given absolutely everything to the cause. As we make our way into stoppage time. There is confirmation of the 5 minutes from fourth official Eligio Aranguin. Into the channel for Fontana. Pulls it across. Butterwick is there again. Shin wins the header. And Ganner will take this throw-in. So there's a look at the ball slid through from Prado. Fontana did well to get to the end line, tried to pull it back. Almost getting to it was the runner at the near post, LaFay. Just missed it, and it went into the arms of a grateful Butterwick, who did well at her near post. Good disguised pass from Papista for Matthews. And strong in the challenge was Prado. Papista's cross. It's trouble. It's a goal for the Nationals in stoppage time. It's the substitute Papista. Well, it's just her second goal of the season, but it's a big one. Papista set herself up, and in the end, over the head of Schumann, and it nestles just inside the far post. Now, can San Jose find an equalizer? They have about 3 minutes to do it. A long shot, and Butterwick watches it drift wide. Fontana skipped by one, evaded the second, but her shot was always tailing away from goal. The foul committed by Matthews. Jones, what can she conjure up? Borchers, they're moving the ball around with real purpose and urgency now. But Jaden Shaw just ran into a Nationals brick wall. And now played into the corner. Madeley unable to catch up to it, but they can lock it in and try and keep it down here. There's now a substitution made. And it's Leonard whose number's up. He's put in a tremendous shift tonight, Leonard. And Maria Paveglio checks in. It's her first appearance for these 16, 17s, and it's a big one as she tries to close out this match and get Nationals into the final against Real Colorado on Wednesday. They're just about 1 minute away. 1 minute left, the minimum 5 minutes of stoppage time, and the referee can add more at her discretion. Well, now if Nationals get the ball, you think they're gonna try and take the ball into the corner. Well, this has been a really entertaining match to watch. Nationals are moments away from just nicking it. Perhaps time for one more foray forward for the San Jose Earthquakes. Fontana gets by Watson. Unable to wriggle free of the second challenge though, Fontana. Prado jumping into the attack. Jones plays it back. They've got to get this ball forward. The minimum 5 minutes has been played. Gowers. Still going Gowers. She launches one. Butterwick, it skips off the crossbar. So frustrating for Gowers, who did so well to create that opportunity for herself, only to see it skip off the crossbar. Butterwick looked like she had it covered and knew that it was going to land on her crossbar and go out of bounds. The Nationals are through to the first ever U16-17 final, where they will face Real Colorado as they edge this very entertaining affair out 1-0 over the San Jose Earthquakes. Wonderful scenes here at the Swope Soccer Village. Sophie Jones, so gracious, even in defeat. Tremendous match comes to an end. In the end, it was a stoppage time goal from Eva Papista. Cross comes shot, looping over Schumann and nestling into the back of the net at the far post. And it's the Nationals who march on to the finals. So the finals are all set tomorrow on the boys' side. U16-17 Atlanta United versus Seattle Sounders. Then U18-19 NYCFC versus LA Galaxy. And on Wednesday, first it's Legends versus FC Dallas, the U15 level. And then Nationals taking on Real Colorado here at the 16-17 level. Stay with us as we will have post-game reaction pitch side. But for now, from the booth, for my producers, Alex Bousquet and John Doherty, I'm Mark Serber saying good night from Swope Soccer Village, where it finishes Nationals 1, San Jose 0. Nationals march into the finals.
We're here with Eva Papista, scorer of the game winner, incredible goal in second half stoppage time. Eva, take us through those last few minutes. It was scoreless, and then obviously your late goal.
Well, I just came in on the 80th minute, and I knew I needed to make a change. And these girls worked so hard the entire game. It hurt, so I knew I needed to come out and make a big impact. So I usually play right defense, and he put me on right mid with a harder job, get lots of crosses in, and turned into a good shot.
Take us through the goal. It looked like you had lost the ball there, and it kind of came back, and then you were on the wing. Are you looking to cross? Or are you looking to shoot? What was happening there?
I'm usually looking to cross because I'm not the shooter, but it turned into a good goal. So.
What does it mean to you guys now that you're in the final, one game from the championship?
Oh, we are so pumped. We are ready for this, for sure.
And how do you give it up to your team for this hard-fought match? It could have gone either way.
Yeah, I have full confidence in my team. This team has been together since like U11, so we're all very close and we'll work for each other.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.